Ooh. welcome to a Maneater retrospective. And sort of review, I suppose. I might as well. Maneater, the spiritual successor to Jaws Unleashed. Alright, let's get out of there. Is a game where you control a shark. And in this case, you get evolutions and you get all sorts of abilities, electricity and all sorts of funky stuff. You can eat people. It's open world shark game. Now, is it a great game? Do I recommend it? This is always the thing. I think it's a good game. If you can get it for free, wonderful. If you get it really cheap, wonderful. It is generally cheap. Why is things attacking me? Frick's sake. Piss off. So yeah, so the main appeal of the game.
The spectacle of a rampaging shark never fails to attract interest.
Bet you the bloody music's copyrighted. This always happens to me. Alright, it should be fine now. Okay, so it's a game where you have a constant monologue, which is okay. Honestly, it's not too annoying until later on when you've heard everything that's been said.
Hell, I don't know. Maybe she's scared of us.
But yeah, back to the main feature. You grow up. You start... Hey, shush people. I'm busy. So you start off as a little baby shark, and you grow up into a big shark. That's really the strength of the game.
The battle is over, but the war goes on.
And so all these little fish, at the start, they're actually really dangerous. So you have to battle them all, you eat, you grow bigger, you evolve, you get bigger and bigger and bigger, until you can suddenly chew the big fish. You can eat the turtle instantly, back at the start, it was like, ooh, turtle. And then you had to sort of work at it, attack it. You have different attacks. You got your tail attack, basic attack. You got your scanning. And you got your ultimate. And you can jump, which you get more jumps. And it's a generally fun game. Now, the open world isn't that big, so it's quite narrow. So you start off here and you work your way around, and then you got the big open area here. But the world isn't. Again, Jaws Unleashed had a much larger world. Was it as vibrant? Probably not, but it had more of a feeling of being in the ocean. So you had much more. It was along a coastline, and it had some river bits. But it was a very different feeling game. So this is more cartoony, more of a joke style game. So I'm 9 meters, so I'm pretty big. You have all your different pieces you can look at, so you can change them all at the grotto, so you can try different styles. You have different body, tiger, shadow, bone. So you have different styles of combat you can use depending on what you equip to your shark. And the different things you eat play a big part. So the different kinds of food you eat give you different genetic material you can use to evolve and upgrade your abilities and all sorts of stuff. Upgrade your equipment. And then you had side quests, various side quests, which they look like that. So that's for the Set of a new. So that's the DLC stuff, paid DLC, which again I don't think I can I can't really recommend it. But yeah, I've done everything except for finish the last Infamy, dude. So I don't really care about that though. So it's a short game. It doesn't take you long to finish it. So maybe 20 hours, maybe, yeah, 10 to 20 hours. It's fun. It's fun eating people and, you know, doing the challenges. You got little challenges you got to do, and killing the golf people and hunting people down and eating things and growing bigger. Growing bigger is the best bit. Once you become really big and then you're just doing your story missions and side quests, it just sort of becomes a what's most efficient sort of situation. And battling against mini bosses. But the bosses in this aren't as entertaining or as vibrant as they were in Jaws Unleashed. So Jaws Unleashed, you could battle a giant squid inside like a in the bottom of the oil rig thing, and there's these marine labs, and the bloody giant sea park was so good. There was so much. The story in it was better too. Jaws Unleashed. So it's a lesser version, but you know it's still good to see open world shark games being made. And they did try and do different stuff. In Jaws Unleashed, you didn't have any of this changing your, you know, look and all that to make yourself totally different, have different abilities. It was much more basic. You're already a peak predator. You're a great white shark. What's more to be, you know? And then this is, oh, you become a megalodon type style thing. But you're not really that big. So, you know, if you could become that big, really, really big, yeah. But then you couldn't, of course, fit in all these areas. You couldn't go in different places. You need kind of like the mega evolution in Pokemon type situation. The mix between the above water and below water, you have the submerge button. So that's one of the things that's quite challenging in open world, you know, underwater and overwater type games, is the mixing the two. So still having quests where you've got to like jump and grab like a license plate or something and do all the collectibles, which I collect all the collectibles, so I did enjoy that. I don't know, I mean, yeah, I played the hell out of this game, so... But it's not Jaws Unleashed. But Jaws Unleashed had its issues. Combat was good at times, and then the camera was a bit tricky. Managing the camera in these sorts of games is very tricky, especially when you're constantly attacking and you're moving forward and then, say, stop locking to targets. And then eating them. And so you get health back from eating, and I think that's the main mechanic. It's shared between the two games. But yeah, I mean, it's... can I fast travel? I can fast travel. So let's fast travel. Actually, let's go over to a wildly different area. So the water is different in the different zones. So it's like...
The death of the American dream is in evidence everywhere one looks these days.
So that's the monologue voice that sort of follows you throughout the whole game. So some of the areas are very, you know, polluted water and sort of more realistic, I suppose. I feel like the game is really good, but it misses, like, it could be more... You know, there's something missing. So if there was a Sharknado, like a freaking tornado, and you could go in the tornado and... I don't know. Or is it just that the character isn't really a character? You don't have personality, per se? Because you're a shark? But a shark could have personality, so... Yeah, so I don't know, I'm trying to convey my feelings in a way that makes some sort of sense, but... But I just feel like it's an okay game. It's not a great game, it's not a good game. It's an okay game. And I've, you know, played a lot. I've given it a fair dinkum go. It's a 6 out of 10, maybe 7 out of 10 game. And this is the PS5 version, which you get a free upgrade from the PS4 version, which is great. I think that's good. Some games don't do that. Tony Hawk. Oh. But yeah. it's an okay game. The graphics in that all look good. Again, the camera can be so wonky with the fish and all that, so it's kind of... Ah, I'm getting cute. Alright, I'll show you my favorite area. Oh, I'm in combat? Peace off. Missing one gate. There's some limited puzzle solving.
I will not be scared off by a traitorous clique of elitists and their planned communities.
It does hold your hand a little bit at times, which maybe it's a kid's game. Not really a kid's game. It's kind of a... The environments look great. You know, they put in a lot of work. I feel like because it's a smaller world than, say, Jaws Unleashed, they did put a lot of effort in to fill it up, but maybe it was unnecessary sometimes because it seems a bit overpopulated, the grasses and things like that. Oh, do you want me to eat this, human? See, sometimes you get a bit wonky with the targeting enemies. So there's a kind of... that happens with the... You're in water and you swim in water and then you're on land. You sort of jump around, hop around on land. You can only be on land for so long before you kaputski because you got no oxygen. And you can shoe boats until they blow up. Which again is for the combat between you and the military and the fishing vessels and stuff. And that kind of combat's... it's okay. It's not amazing though. But it's not as fun as Jaws Unleashed. It just doesn't feel... Like I'm saying hello to these people.
It's just a dream. It's just a dream. It's just a dream.
So it's really... Jaws Unleashed was quite well known for playing with your food because you could bite off the actual limbs. And then you could grab the bodies and throw them, and you can do that in this, but it's just...
Hunters are on the water bringing their explosives and poor impulse control with them.
So what you do here in this combat is that you spend up just dodging all the time. So every time they lock onto you, you've got to dodge. And then you get your special ability on. So it's just button spamming, really. And then trying to make sure you keep eating people so you get health back. So it's a bit of a mess. Alright, let's get out of there.
The hell are you?
Alright, let's get away. So yeah, managing your health, keeping moving in the combat. Oh, just need to eat a little bit more. I feel like the combat is much more enjoyable early on when you're little, because you have that real difference of the, you know, the...
Port Clovis has grown bored of the hunt, leaving our shark to fight another day.
Fighting the alligator early on is a much more enjoyable fight than fighting those boats in the end game, at the end of the game. So the combat sort of degenerates over time. As you get more powerful, it sort of just becomes kind of stupid, honestly. I much prefer the Jaws Unleashed combat, where you destroy the boats and just throw people off. I feel like it's slower, but more impactful. So there's just a blur of lights and me constantly teleporting and jumping around and... So yeah. What's the point of this retrospective? They couldn't beat the past? Well, that happens a lot. I mean, spiritual successes rarely succeed. It's because they seem to want to change. They want to be unique in their own way, which is fine. And then they make a really closed open world game. So I'll go somewhere where it's a bit more open.
You see a lighthouse. I see a monument to the engorged phallus of Osiris the sun god.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything else I want to say? The sky looks nice. I think it's a fun game for 10, 15 hours, 20 hours max. And then you're done. So if this is free, I think it's worthwhile to play. If they did a remake of Jaws Unleashed, would I play that? Yeah. Would that be better than this? Yeah. But let's go over to the island. Fish. Is this a game for kids? Not really. No, definitely not. But it kind of is and it kind of isn't. So it feels like a game that a kid would enjoy a lot, but they shouldn't play because it's so violent. So I'm kind of confused about that. It's like who the target audience is, because I don't know. There's not enough depth. Just in the narrative, really. The narrative is quite basic. And they do some good stuff with the story, cutscene stuff. That's good. But it just doesn't translate to the actual interactions between you and others. Does it feel nice to swim? Early on it does. Now it's just sort of meh. So it's a game that it grows old quickly. Yeah. I'm not being quite positive, but, you know, it is a 6 out of 10 game. It's okay. 6? Maybe 5. 5 or 6, yeah. Yeah. So I hope this has helped. If you're considering playing Maneater, I'd say give it a go. It's fine. Depending on the price, of course. I wouldn't pay full price for this game. No way in the world. You know. Why did you do that? Seriously. Could have just left me alone. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. This has been Frosty 510. Just playing a bit of Maneater, thinking about, you know, is there a future for Shark open world games? After this, probably not. I doubt there'll ever be another one. Like in like our lifetime. Your lifetime, my lifetime. It won't be another Shark game. This was like their only chance. So the mini bosses in that were just not iconic enough, like they were in Jaws Unleashed. So there's a lot. Story was so much more, much better in Jaws Unleashed. The world was better. The feeling you got being a shark was better. Yeah, that's really the key here. Is they try and rely on novelty, you know, all sorts of weird powers and stuff. But you don't need that. Great White's enough. Yeah. And that stupid scanny thing was... Okay, let's fast travel and I'll exit. Yeah, so... Oh, it's quite sad, man. I didn't want to be sad. I mean, it's fun for a while. I'll show you can equip with different stuff. Like you can do shadow, so you can do shadow head, shadow body, shadow fins. So you can do shadow mode or you can do bone. So they just have different stats, like damage resistance versus decent attack and poison, which you can poison ships, which makes no sense. So yeah. Yeah, this has been the retrospective. The game was good. Is good. It is a good little game. Okay game. And that's it, really. There's not much more to say. Sound and visuals are fine. Sound, I think sound is a problem with the above water, below water thing. It's a quite tricky thing to arrange, and the way the hit sounds and hitting the ships and that is all a bit odd. Honestly, yeah, sound design isn't that great. Visuals are fine. More weather effects, I suppose, rain and things, and they could have used tornadoes, tsunami, and then suddenly you're in the city, you're in a shopping mall. They could have been more zany, more creative, more crazy. I kind of feel like they held back, which is weird. So again, there's more, you know, the nuclear build in the DLC and stuff, but yeah, no Sharknado? Yeah, don't buy DLC. I don't think that's worth it. Not worth the money. Then again, you know, I'm sure it's fun and whatever, but I just can't see it. I can't see it. Can I just unequip and just have nothing? See, this is what it looked like with no... Do tiger body. Looks so much better without stupid upgrades on. Look how much better I look, just the tiger body, or just... So much better. And you can see my gills and everything. Yeah. It's been Frosty 510. Jaws Unleashed remake. Come on. Yeah, not likely. It's quite sad. Yeah, like and subscribe. And play some other old games, some better ones that I will highly recommend. So this is okay game. 6 out of 10. Maneater. Okay fun. Yeah, it's okay. Alright. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.